And Mazuka rails through and leads from Craigley Fighter. They were followed next in the field, coming to the outside by Buddha Bar. Some gear fell off Mazuka. He's dropped some gear down there as they race down inside the last 100. Mazuka is a half length in front of Craigley Fighter, and then Judicial running on with Buddha Bar. But Mazuka punched out, goes on and wins it by a length to Buddha Bar.
Welcome back to the show. Yes, just another way for punters to lose their dough. If you didn't recognise the race, it was Mazuka winning a nondescript race at Townsville, and we had to take you right back to the corner or thereabouts because you see that little thing flying off the side? That's a lead bag. Very, very handy thing for jockeys to keep inside their saddle.
And inside that lead bag was a lot of people's money that just went flying off that horse.
Now explain to me why that if a jockey is carrying a certain weight and loses 6 kilos halfway down the straight, that there is a problem.
Obviously, then you've got to go back, and if you've got to carry 62 kilos, you've got to weigh in. It's got to be 62 kilos. So minus the 6 kilos that jumped out at the top of the straight brings it down, and therefore it becomes disqualified.
Re-handicapped.
Re-handicapped mid-race. And a good friend of ours, let's call him Neil.
That's too obvious. Mr. Evans, we'll call him.
Tweeted, can anyone tell me why the winner, Mazuka in race 3, Townsville, was disqualified? And it prompted a reasonable response, to which Neil then turned around and wrote back, all I'm saying is I was on winner for plenty, found breathtaking new way to cop it up the tailpipe. Followed by, hang on, there's more. Thanks, F... Great, cost me tidy sum, new way to lose, probably bought the saddle from Kmart, hacks, joke, no refund of course.
Obviously a little bit dirty, our friend Neil.
Oh, Neil Evans, he makes me laugh. And the week was bad, and then obviously on the weekend he had an enjoyable time heading up to the V8 supercars, only to cause problems with the airlines, had some plane disasters. This is the worst, delayed 2 hours, boarded, sat on tarmac for 30, plane breaks down, limp back in terminal, day cannot get any worse.
Well, I thought my day was bad because I had a losing day on the punt, but at least I still got to enjoy myself at Caulfield.
He's actually well. What about, he nearly got killed last time he went to the V8s. He went into a room with all the petrol heads and they were watching the race on the screen. He wouldn't have a bet and he went up and changed the channel.
Yeah, he's a lover, not a fighter, is our Neil. But even when he's not here, he makes an impact on the show. What's the worst way you've ever done your dough? Going back to Mazuka.
Yeah, I backed a horse ridden by my favourite jockey, who I will not name, but he did weigh in light one Sunday, so it was fantastic. I backed him in the Jockey Challenge, backed the horse, weighed in light, nothing for the punters.
You?
Touch wood, I've never backed a horse that's weighed in light.
I'm not happy with the stewards' protest. I know, because as soon as you hear that the stewards are protesting, they're not going to dismiss their own judgment.
They're going to change their mind.
They're not going to say, oh, no, we got that wrong.
Especially if you get a bit of evidence from the jockey who wants to win the race or the trainer.
The thing I hate about the weighing in light, OK, I understand they can't win the race, but I think they should be treated as a late scratching because it's just not fair for punters to just lose their money and have no chance of collecting it.
Yeah, but it opens it up for a bit of skullduggery because if you had a big bet on a horse...
Yeah, but you get deductions.
Yeah, but but I'm saying if you set up a plunge and it doesn't go off, the jockey can just let go a bit of a lead bag or something and give a bit of a wink and it's all good. You just get your money back.
He's always looking at it from a conspiracy point of view.
No, but it's true.
Maltese Magnet is best in Melbourne. Watch out, ladies.
Turn it
up. The Magnet is coming your way shortly. What's the pub you blokes are going to tonight?
No, nothing.
Well, I'll be good going home doing form, but I think...
What's the joint in South Melbourne you mentioned that plays
no,
Sailor, glass of champagne back in my day?
The Sloaney Pony.
They're off the video, Brady boy. I like this.
Let's go to luxbet.com.au and have a look at all of the big bets, the ones that won, the ones that lost, and on screen you see the biggest bet there, $2,500 each way, whatever, whenever, at $17.
Yeah, I bet there's plenty of punters that are glad to see that. King's Rose is one of the best goes all weekend.
You can see it there also on screen. There's about 20,000 plus on King's Rose in various bets. 3,000 Alan Need at $11 is a good go. Very happy. Bossy probably handily wanting a sling out of that.
Be surprised if it didn't.
It was a ride. You're an Adelaide man. 10,000 on Classy Chloe. I watched this race. Got in by the length of Brent's nose. Maybe
like
not
it's
even
not my brother's. He's got a bit of a bump.
Classy Chloe is absolutely flying. It was a big drop in class, but never ever did you want to be on this horse, and it didn't even look like she won the photo.
10,000 light in the night. 10,000 Embolden at Bendigo, which was a winner, and some bloke who will not learn had 10,000 on soft sand.
Oh. I'm not sure who was worse, her or Machine.
Sixth back on the
Obviously
rails,
got
soft
plenty.
sand, didn't know what to do when
She was very unlucky, Soft Sand. Probably paid a black book, her.
Yeah. Interesting from a betting perspective, Caulfield on Saturday, 10 firmers across the day with the riser stats. Time for Julia wins. Jamando, Cameo, King's Rose, gone. How much do you love me?
It was a big go, 440 to about 350 in the last.
Light in the night sort of ease, but was a firmer early. Glencadam Gold December draw, both awful. Machine awful. Lady Milksham awful. So the punters overall, I reckon, got their noses in front early and then gradually gave it back unless you went wide.
I think it's just the signs of a very competitive day at the track. Caulfield Cup Day, 10 races and big fields right across the board.
Yeah, it was one of those tough days all round. Geelong Cup Day, a good punting day or a bad punting day?
Oh, I don't think it's a bad punting day. I think it's certainly...
Well, you've got the Cup and you've got the Derby trial.
The rest of it's just your sort of showcase midweek meeting, I suppose, but good to get out there and have a look at these horses and trying to get out a little bit wide on the punt and see what we can do.
Watch out, ladies. The magnet is down, heading down the highway. Have you got that? That's going to be your travelling song in the little Toyota Echo out the front, isn't it?
No, that's not me.
Quinny?
I think while it's a good punting day, the day often proves a very good form reference for even the Flemington Carnival. A lot of times you'll look back and see horses that hit the line well at Geelong go on to do well at the Carnival. So obviously I'm encouraging you to have a bet on Wednesday, but also if you like the run of something, don't be shy to back it even if it steps up in class next start.
Because this is a massive week. You've got Geelong Wednesday, Moonee Valley Friday, Moonee Valley Saturday, and then we roll into the real big stuff for the Flemington week after that.
Pay your rent, pay your gas bill, and then start punting.
In advance. Just to give us an idea, do you have a theory of if you win on the first day, because my mates and I, we're here every year, if you win on the first at Flemington, it's almost a curse.
You can't have
theory. Because you cannot hold on to it for the remainder of the day. And if you've won on the first, you bet like Kerry Packer on the second and through to the ninth.
Well, then what's the point if you're unhappy if you win and then you're unhappy if you lose?
I haven't won since 1987.
But maybe time to just bring it back a little.
Give up, never won a race. Give up. There's no such thing as the last.
Lucky.
Is there something that you're looking for that's going to stand out over the next...
The only thing...
Not the battlers. We'll save the battlers for a second or two.
I want to keep following Sertorius. It won again midweek at Caulfield.
I should have tweeted that you guys tipped winners.
No, you don't tweet when we tip winners, but it'll end up in a race during the Flemington Carnival. I don't know where, but I still want to be on it. It's a very good horse going forward.
Okay.
The one thing I would say is obviously there's so much racing on that you've just got to work out what you like and stick to it. And there is going to be races where you might have backed the winner, but you've got to let them go around.
It's a done deal's a moral then.
Why?
I don't know. I just like to throw it up. It's even money. I just want to get a reaction out of you.
We've got a lot of races. A lot of bets
something for the
now
battlers. Let's wrap it up. I'm going to go Friday night. Something for the battlers. Jimmy, come on, son. Sea Siren, Jimmy and Johnny O'Shea. First up against a little favourite of mine in Buffering, and Craig Moore's going to hate me for not tipping Buffering because he did steer me into it a couple of weeks ago. So either way, racing's the winner out of that one. Sea Siren if I back it, Buffering if I save on it.
My battler for the week is Medusa's Miss. It's going around at Warwick Farm on Wednesday. Scratched on Saturday from the Brian Crowley Stakes, and I think it's well placed.
Okay, and Quinny, wrap it up.
Briganton to win the Geelong Cup and win the Melbourne Cup.
And if Papil, okay, and Bretty Boy to do something magical a little later tonight at South Melbourne. Girls, watch out for the Maltese Magnets coming your way. That'll do it. Thanks to our great sponsors, Luxbet. Of course, Neil Evans will be back on the show next week. Also to Grand Syndicates and puntersparadise.com.au. Make sure you go to the website. They've got some fabulous specials leading in the Melbourne Cup. All sorts of information. You get all the form guides there, all the latest information. If you ask really, really nicely, they might even send you a case of beer.